I'm reminded of the scripture that, in fact, I said during your inauguration, Larry. Scripture from Micah, chapter 6, verse 8. What does the Lord require? To do justice, to love mercy, and to walk humbly before our God. Today, we're seeing an act of what doing justice looks like. This is the administration of justice, not the administration of conviction, but the administration of justice. For we know quite clearly that poverty has caused people to not be able to pay bail and are sitting in prison today simply because they don't have the money. And we also know that if this is the district attorney's office, that oftentimes charges are placed on individuals, sometimes 3, 4, 5 charges, and they're stuck with those charges while they're laying in prison. Sometimes 6 months, sometimes a year, sometimes longer, simply because they can't pay bail. And so we also know that when that person comes to trial, and that person sits and has to make a judgment, and the district attorney says you have the option of reducing all those charges down to 1, or going to trial and risking more time in jail. We know the choice that people make.
Gotcha.
Even if they're innocent, they make the choice to take the deal so they can get out of jail now. And so we have people in Philadelphia, all over this city, who did not commit the crime but had felonies on their record, and their lives have been transformed simply because they did not have enough money to pay bail. That's unjust. That's unfair. That, in fact, is more like the old debtor's prison that was talked about in the Charles Dickens novels from years ago, that we said we were better than, that in the 21st century we still have. And so I thank Larry for standing up and doing the right thing. And I know that you're going to be criticized for this, Larry. I know some people are going to say, oh, you're letting the jails open and letting all the criminals run around the street. But I want you to know now that power, we will stand with you. There's a movement that will stand with you. There's a coalition that will stand with you when all the criticism comes. Because we're going to continue to do justice for the city, and we're going to transform our city. We're going to reduce our prison population. We're not going to be known as the most incarcerated city in the world anymore, and we're going to transform our city right now. I just have to say to those who are part of this great movement, this is the consequence of elections.
Right.
And this is what democracy looks like.
Yes.